they better be careful walking up on people, because one day somebody's going to be as friendly to them as they are to you. Hit that like button, subscribe, share this video. One day somebody is going to be as nice to them as they are to you. They better get some act right, some manners, some type of politeness ism going on. All right, they would not be invited to the cookout. They wouldn't be invited to be a lookout. They wouldn't be invited anywhere acting like that. They're going to be invited to an early dirt nap. That's what they're about to be invited to. You don't walk up on people looking for a problem, because you'll get one. And a lot of people don't seem to comprehend that. So these people better be careful how they're walking up on people. Treat people with respect, all right? That's the common thing here. Treat people with respect. You can feel how you feel about people, but keep it to yourself. That's all respect is. You don't have to like everybody. You don't have to have a positive comment about everyone you see. You should strive to. But hey, it's life, all right? Life will be lived. But as long as you leave people alone and you're not disrespecting anybody behind their back or to their face, and you're, for the most part, doing your part to be a good person, that is very important for you and for other people. If you care about things like that, you're a step ahead of the game in this karmic cycle of life that we live in. What you put out is what you get back. It's best for you to be a good person. I'm not just telling you to be a good person because it sounds cool or because that's what God says you should do. I know that may sound a little strange. I am telling you it because that's what God says you should do, but God is even telling you to do it because he doesn't want anything to happen to you, that he loves you. That's why he has laws, statutes, and commandments. All right, they're laws, but they're also universal laws for you to treat other people how you yourself would like to be treated, so that way the universe could treat you how you treat everybody else. All right, so one day soon, somebody is going to walk up on them the way that they walk up on you. One day somebody is going to startle them, and who knows what could happen. God forbid, could be hospitalization. All right, could be any isation. All we know is it's best to leave people be. It's best to not bother people. Why would you want to bother someone that's not bothering you? But you have people who that's their ideology. They either been taught that, or they either picked that up or learned that, and I'm surprised they've gotten this far. That's the type of behavior you would assume. It's not too good to do that, but you would assume that type of behavior would have gotten beaten out of them by this point. But if that behavior hasn't gotten beaten out of them yet, trust and believe. All right, life will life, and that behavior will cut like a knife. All right, that behavior is going to get them in a world of trouble. At some point, they're going to bother the wrong person. At some point, they're going to walk up on the wrong person. Not everybody is going to say, you know what, let me turn the other cheek. Not everybody's going to say, you know what, let me be a good Christian today. Not everybody's going to be like, let me put God first today. There's going to be some people that's just as evil and demonic and twisted, and God still may even be riding with them. You don't know what stage of life they're in. They might end up doing that and lashing out on that person. They're lucky it was you. You have some sense, all right? You have some knowledge. You know, and you value your freedom. You know that if you make the wrong move, that you could end up in a situation that you can't get out of. And nobody wants that, all right? Nobody wants to be in any irreversible situations. But these people will try their hardest. They will try their hardest to get you in one of those irreversible situations, and they have it coming to them. The way that they treat other people and the amount of disrespect they don't mind dishing out, that has to come back. All right, that disrespect that they're dishing out, you may think that nothing will happen to them. You may think that they're just getting away with that. You may think that, man, nothing has happened to them yet. It's like the 8th time this week. Trust and believe, there are things that happen that you don't see happening, or there's something that's going to happen that you won't see happening. But something's going to be happening. Trust and believe that, all right? We live in a universe of checks and balances. That's why it's best to do everything by the book, especially today in the world we live in, with everything being on camera and most things being recorded even when you don't even know it. So something saw them, and not just something saw them, but God saw them. All right, so they're going to get theirs. The universe is going to balance that out. They will not be able to behave like that forever. Even if you were to check them, it's going to be a checkmate. All right, even if you checked this person, even if you told this person, all right, even if this person leaves you alone, they're still probably going to get it. They still probably, if they haven't learned their lesson, you see them bothering other people, or they still got that old mean, nasty attitude, and not only that, they're giving it out. It's going to be given back to them in some kind of way, whether it's the direct type of treatment that they gave out to other people, or it could be something else. You know, somebody might lose a valuable possession. They may end up catching, getting something that they can't get rid of. Like they may end up getting some of these diseases that take people out. God forbid, you know, I'm not wishing no bad on anybody, but God, you don't know how it's going to come. They may end up sick or something, but it's up to you. It's up to you. You watching this video, all right? It's up to you to just walk on by this person. If no hands are being put on you, ignore them. They say something back, keep it stepping. If you feel the need to say something back, hey, say what you need to say. Don't let them draw you in or suck you in. Don't let them do that. That's the only power they really have, is to deter you from what you're focused on, get you to focus on something else. And where your attention goes, your energy is going to flow there. And if you get mad, you already know what's going to happen with that. All right. So one day somebody is going to end up rushing them. You know how people like to rush you, people like to cut you off, people like to get in your way. Don't be upset. Something's going to happen to that person. It's okay to be upset, but don't stay upset for long, because I know these types of situations have the power, or it's a possibility that you know they can be given the power to where you feel like your day is ruined. You feel like your day is ruined. You don't feel as good as you did when you left the house. You feel like you don't know why this keeps happening, or will it ever stop? They steal your happiness and your joy when your mind is untrained. That's why I make my videos the way I do. I discuss what they do, I discuss what it does, but I also discuss a resolution. All right, the resolution, right, is to not let it go the way that they want it to go. And you have the power, you watch this video, you have the power for it to go the way you want. And I know that may be a shock to some of you because of how much perceived power you feel that they have, but they really don't have any power other than what you give them. All right, you're giving them your force, you're giving them your power, you're perceiving them to have some type of power. And the reason why you're perceiving them to have some type of power is because they were able to control you in a way to where you didn't know how to make it stop. They had the power in that one moment. And now you think that, or you might perceive this person to be more powerful than they actually are. All right. That's why they have to act weird, and that's why they act irrational and bizarre and have to do these freakish spare the moment type things, because number one, you're not really paying attention to them, you're not focused on them, and that's the only way for them to try and get your attention. And it's a real shady, weird way for them to do it, and they know that they wouldn't like it if somebody did that to them. They know they don't appreciate that type of behavior, but they don't mind giving it out, and the universe doesn't mind giving it back to them. That's the part that they don't accept, or that's the part that they fail to realize. It's like, and I'm not trying to get down on anybody, but I know we've all seen a person throughout our life to where it's like, yo, they haven't had enough yet. It's like life has damn near destroyed, warped, whooped, beat this person down, and they still with the business. They still with the ruckus. They still reckless with how they view other people. Now, before they walk, now they're trying to roll in front of you. All right, before they was able to bombard their way in front of you. Now they got to hobble, or they got to move a cane or something, or press a button. They haven't learned anything yet. People be sick and having all types of ailments, still acting up. That's how you know the devil got children. It's like, how on earth is that even a possibility for you at this stage in the game? You should be, if anybody should be good, it definitely should be you. If anybody should be a good person, it would have to be you. It would have to be, because this is wild for you to continue on with the charades. Are the gift cards that good? Is the reward that good? Is it that good to be a bad person? Is the adrenaline rush that you get from causing a fuss that bad? Is it really that bad? I mean, is it really that good? Because nobody in their right mind that's just going about their day, that has a purpose, that has a reason to be up, nobody that is just wants to take care of their business, do what they need to do throughout the day, not try to be a nuisance or a problem for anybody. Nobody like that is gonna be a part of that system or part of that program. These are people that, these are people with no life. These are people who are soulless, and when you get around them, they behave and act that way, because the activity and the way you see them behave, it makes you raise an eyebrow, like, yo, the lights are on, but is anybody home? Is anybody there? Who would act in such a way? And nobody is perfect. We all act in ways that aren't good, all right? And we all act in ways that aren't right. We all act in ways that we could do better. But when it comes to deliberately, I mean, going out of your way, like, there's a difference between dealing with your own demons and that affecting you, and that may affect your attitude towards other people from time to time, and having to fight that and knowing that it's wrong and working on it and praying on it and trying to fix it, between just outright being unruly. There's a difference between that. You outright just being unruly. That's where it becomes devilish, because you're just choosing to be this type of person for whatever benefit it gives you. You miserable, so everybody got to be miserable. You unhappy, everybody got to be unhappy. Something's wrong with you. Something got to be wrong with each and every one of us. That's why taking care of yourself, your life, going after goals and dreams, just doing things that make you happy. That's why that's important. This lady recording the hell out of me. That's why that's important. Because if you don't, I mean, it's really only so much to life. You have to do things that bring you joy and peace and happiness and some type of satisfaction. You have to, because if you can't find that, what are you doing here? If you are here to be unhappy, and if you are here to cause problems in other people's lives, and if you are here to just not do what you should be here to do while you're here, what are you here for? That should be a question everybody asks themselves every day. What are you here for? What are you here for? Because if it's not to make progress, if you're just here to watch people or monitor people or study people, I mean, hey, if you're doing something like I'm doing right now, people are going to look and watch. But I mean, it's kind of weird because everybody's got a phone today. So it's like, it's just, I don't know. Everybody's got a phone. People speak on corners all the time. But I guess, I don't know. Depending on, hey, who knows? I don't know. It is what it is. But for other people to want to cause a problem for somebody, there's a deeper underlying issue there. That person is unsatisfied, unhappy, don't know how to find happiness if it smacked them in the face. There are so many things that you could do. There's things you could choose to work on. There's ways you can improve your life so that way you don't have to be miserable. Like, you don't have to be sad. You don't have to be unhappy. You don't have to be mad. You don't have to be miserable. You don't have to have hate in your heart. There's a lot of things that you don't have to do, and that can be corrected and that can be fixed. But only some people are willing to put in the work. But I hear the whole willing to put in the work part. I think some people are deliberately here to not do that. I could be wrong, but I think there are some people deliberately here to not put in that specific type of work. And that's why they're putting in the type of work that they're putting in, because they were designed to. That's just, these are just my thoughts on what I've been thinking. But that's what makes sense to me. That's what makes sense to me. With all the things popping off in life, what else could you be doing? With all the things popping off in life, what else should you be doing? Self-improvement in life is a beautiful thing. Changing your life for the better is a beautiful thing. Anybody that's not involved in that or not participating in that is just in the way purposefully, they're going to suffer immensely. They're going to get what they have coming to them, and when they get it, it's only going to be their own fault. It's like asking for something and then finally getting it. Like, you asked for that. It's best for everybody to be a peaceful, productive person. If you could be peaceful and if you could be productive, you'll win in life. Productivity is a part of success. If you're not being productive, that means you're not becoming successful. And if you watch my videos and if you like success, the things that I'm telling you will definitely aid you. All right, they'll definitely help you, and you'll be a step further than a lot of the people you have to deal with. All right, so continue to watch my videos. All right, continue to share my videos. Hit that like button. They could walk up on you and have a bad attitude or be rude. Just try to act like they're about to disrespect you or think that they're going to get away with their behavior towards you, but they're not. All right, God sees everything, and sooner or later they'll get theirs. It's a test for you. It's a test for you. You have to do your best to stay in the mindset that you were in before you had the encounter. All right, you were enjoying yourself. Hey, keep enjoying yourself. You were sorting through something, trying to figure something out. Stay focused on that. That's just the game, and that's the way the game works. The game is basically just to not be distracted by them and to not let them press your buttons. And if you could do that, then you win. even if they try to walk up on you. What I like to do is I strategize. If you'll get to the point to where you can see them coming and you can go the other way. You'll get to the point to where you can see them coming and you'll go the other way. Like you'll become hip to what it is they're doing, because it's only so much that they can do. They're following you, they're forcing themselves on you, they're trying to put some type of negative pressure on you. You could see that from a mile away. You could tell what type of person is involved with that, because their behavior is going to be weird. It's going to be off. You're going to be able to tell, okay, there's one of them. They're going to be all coming at you, and you're going to be able to look at them and be able to say, let me avoid this person. And just because you try to avoid them doesn't mean they're going to avoid you. So be tactical while trying to avoid them. Don't just try to avoid them. Keep an eye out for them. All right. So while you try to avoid them, be looking the next shelf over. Or while you try to avoid them, be listening for people's footsteps. While you try to avoid them, watch the times that people move and move at a different time. While you try to avoid them, if you see them watching you, switch your route up, go a different way, try to confuse them, and don't always have a constant routine or schedule easily be able to, that's easily picked up by others. Because if you have a routine, or if you keep going to the same places and you keep seeing the same people, you're going to keep getting the same results. They're going to, if they're acting one way one day and then the next day, they're probably going to keep acting like that. Unfortunately, they're not going to change just because you're there and this is a place you want to go to and have some peace for a little bit. They're probably going to continue to behave the same way that they're behaving, and that's no slight on you or your character, and don't let it be. But some people are the way they are, and the faster you accept that, you could just get on and move on with your life and just see them as who they are. But there's really a hack for that too. You don't have to see them as they are. You can see them as you want them to be. You could do your best to try to see the best in them, and that's really all you can do. And hey, if anything, it'll keep you from looking at them in a way that will bother you. When you look at people from the point of view to where you see the best in them, you're not looking at the worst in them. If you're looking at the best in people, then you're also looking at the good qualities not only in them but in yourself on an esoteric level. So when you focus on, and this is the trick of the devil, when you focus on the bad qualities in people, you're really focusing on some of the bad qualities in yourself. That's just esoteric knowledge right there. So I'm still learning and growing and everything, but if you can grasp that, or if you know anything about that, put it in the comments down below. But that's pretty much what it is. On the negative side of things, it's like a total mind F, but on the positive side of things, it just makes sense on why you should behave that way, and why you should look at things that way, because it works for you in a way to where you don't have to be annoyed. All right, even if people keep doing what they're doing, if you, as annoying as it is, if you look at that side of them, you're going to be annoyed because you're looking at the annoying side of them. And I know it's like, what in the hell? But hey, it's one time for your mind. All right, one time for your mind. Once you can train your mind to do this, and once you get past the fact that, okay, they're negative, they're this, they're that, they do this, they do that, what's the next stage? The next stage is looking at it from a point of view that benefits you, instead of seeing it from a way, instead of seeing it from their point of view and their perspective, which is only going to cause you stress and annoy you and worry you and pester you. And like looking at it like that is not going to cause any change or positive changes for you, because it's probably not going to change. So waiting for them to change is only going to allow you to either look at it one way and be frustrated and be upset. But if you don't wait on them to change and you make a change yourself and this is going to take some time, we all still working on this, looking at the best in them, then you'll be able to kill them with kindness per se, and you'll basically have a shield of love around you that you have for not only them, but mostly for yourself, because you're loving yourself enough to, instead of be annoyed by them, to see the best in them, which will allow you to stay positive, feel healthy, not be stressed out, no headaches, less hypertension, less tensing up and everything, and just accepting it for what it is, not letting anything happen to you, not letting anyone do anything bad around you or near you or anything like that, but not letting it get you to a point to where you're not you're not benefiting from your existence here in this world, in this reality, in this matrix, all right, in this program where you should be winning and making things happen and doing your best every single day. Thank you for hitting that like button, hit that share button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you all in the next video. We out.